Isa ka bang negosyante na gustong magbenta online pero namamahalan at nahihirapan gumawa ng sariling online store? Paano kung sabihin ko sa'yo na pwede ka na magbenta online kahit hindi ka techie? May mura at hindi masakit sa bulsa na paraan para makapagsimula ka sa sarili mong online store. Tumatanggap rin ito ng credit cards and cash on delivery para sa mga orders. Nakakonekto sa mga kilalang delivery providers sa Pilipinas. At higit sa lahat, wala ka nang kailangang bayaran ng interes at commission sa bawat benta. San ka pa? Gusto mo yon? Gusto ko yan!
Paano mo nasabi?
Lahat yan magagawa ng online store builder ng Prosperna.
Sige, masubukan nga. Paano ba simulan?
Ang gagawin nyo lang ay mag-set up ng account, mag-upload ng logo, at maglagay ng mga products. In just one click, konektado na agad ang mga payment at delivery partners nyo. Pwedeng-pwede na kayo sa e-commerce sa halagang abot kaya.
Ganun ba?
Ganun talaga. Kaya book ka na ng free demo at simulan na ang online negosyo para dumami pa ang benta. Lahat ng yan bigay sa'yo ng numero 1 online store builder ng Pilipinas. Mag-prosper na sa Prosperna!
Mga online sellers, mura, mabilis at maaasahang deliver service ba ang hanap mo? Yung di ka napipila ng matagal dahil courier mismo ang pipick up ng parcel sa bahay or opisina mo? Viajeros Express Cainta Rizal Branch ang maaasahan mo. 100% serbisyong Pinoy. Guaranteed next day delivery. Hindi mo kailangan magbayad agad ng shipping fee para maipadala ang parcels mo. Pwede kang mag-offer ng cash on delivery payment sa mga customer mo. No COD fee. Hanggang 5 attempts ang pag-deliver sa customer. No RTS fee. No minimum parcel required para maging VIP partner. Real-time ang monitoring sa libreng dashboard. May magiging dedicated account manager ka pa. Ano pang hinihintay nyo? Grow your online business with Viajeros Express Cainta Rizal Branch. Kabiyahe mo sa pag-asenso. Kay Viajeros, siguradong alaga ka sa serbisyo.
Life has become fast and busy. People have become more web-savvy on internet. Video is where your customer are spending time. Video marketing is the latest trend. Video marketing is getting bigger and bigger. 95% online marketers use videos. 85% visit the website after viewing the video and make purchase decisions. Video marketing can get you more click-through rate, more exposure, more social engagement, 73% more conversion lift, and 95% more brand impact. Introducing Pinoy eCom Vids. What we do? Video ads, graphic design, motion graphics, and product shoot. Protected deals and 100% successful deals. Here's some of our testimonials. Contact us via Facebook, email, and phone messaging or phone call.
For work or play, increase focus and stamina while powering through a workout or any physical and mental activity. Drink Coffee Charm every day. Get into your optimal energy zone and stay there for longer. We mean what we say what we mean. Say no more.
Ayan. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, sorry if hindi po ako nakapag-live kahapon. At wala po akong yaya yesterday. So, that's why, anyways, tonight we have a back-to-back episode. And for now, so we are at episode 8. If this is your first time watching, so basically our webinar series for this month is an interview series focusing on celebrating lives, celebrating wins, and celebrating journeys of e-com entrepreneurs. Or if they're not e-com entrepreneurs, they're business owners and their business is related to the e-commerce space. So basically, the goal of this webinar series or this interview series is to be able to inspire those who would want to venture the e-commerce space. For those who's been doing e-com for quite a while and are struggling, to be able to inspire you to keep going. You know that in any business there's no easy path. So there would always be ups and downs. So hopefully the stories of our guests would be able to inspire you. To be inspired by the stories of these business owners, to learn from their experiences, and of course, lastly, to be able to spread good vibes. So now we are on our 8th episode. And our guest for tonight is a very good friend and is also had always been a supporter of ojMD. And that's what I always mention to you guys, diba? Network is everything. So I would say, and this guest is a part of our network. And if you watched our second episode with Reg Caligagan and Chris Cabral, they have mentioned this guy again and again during the time that they were still trying to learn and venture e-com because they were doing it already prior to them doing so. And that's why they look up to him. And before, when they didn't know they didn't know much about e-com yet, they would also always want to spend time and ask tips from our guest tonight. So our guest tonight is the CEO of AtoZ, or more known as AtoZ, and also the CEO of Pancake Philippines. Good evening, Edward.
Hello. Good evening, guys.
Good evening. Ang ganda naman ng backdrop mo dyan. Parang ang lambot-lambot naman yung
Wala ako.
yung
Ano,
background
sa high
mo.
grounds.
Nasaan?
Kasi ako ngayon.
Hi.
Nasa high
Okay.
grounds. Sa Tibog.
Ay,
Katambay lang.
nasa Timog. Nakatambay.
Oo.
Diba? Patambay-tambay lang. Ayan. So, good evening, Edward. Thank you so much for gracing us. So, my very first question for you is, so guys, if you don't know, ang totoong pangalan ni Edward ay Edward Rich Nikko Cruz. Tama ba ako? So,
Tama.
So, bago natin alamin kung bakit siya naging Edward Gualter, so my first question is, who is Nikko Cruz bago ka naging business owner?
Marami. Parang man of many faces. Pero in terms of professional career, I would say I was a seaman before. I graduated from military academy sa Bataan. So, parang kaya medyo more on sanay ako sa regimental trainings before, and siguro after the graduation, since that's the problem kapag you stayed in an academy, parang you tend to explore things as fast as possible kasi parang you're just on a borrowed time as always. Kasi syempre, we stayed there for 4 years, walang labasan. Parang every
Right.
time na makakalabas kami, parang we want to explore everything. Hanggang sa na-adapt ko yung ugali na yun after I graduate doon sa Bataan. Parang naging ako, yan, sobrang party goer, talagang literal party animal na at least. Ito na yung social life ko, no? halos dumadating ako sa point na Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm
Wow.
partying. Oh, like sa Tibog, sa BGC. Parang na, just hanging out with friends, drinking and drinking and drinking. That's me. That's literally me na, well, I
Mm.
just wanna hang out. Parang panggabi ako. So, nasanay ako yun yung na-adapt ko talaga na environment. And it's actually fun, no? Parang na-explore ko talaga siya. Yung pagkabata ko, I would say.
That's nice. So, saan ba
Mm.
nanggaling ang name ng Edward Gualter?
Actually, Gualter is my middle name. So, ano talaga.
Ah,
Oo. So, technically, Edward Gualter is still my name. Edward, yeah, that's my first name. I
right.
changed it to Edward Gualter kasi, as you know, Facebook before, nung nagsisimula pa lang tayo mag-e-commerce, medyo pasaway din tayo, no? So, na-block yung... Kaya kung titignan niyo yung profile ko ngayon, sobrang wala akong mga old photos. Kasi disable yung old account ko na sobrang tagal na. So, yung bagong
Right.
account ko, kaya pinalitan ko, kasi yung parang yung name ko parang binablock ni Facebook. Tapos yung pinalitan ko ng Edward Gualter, hindi na yun binablock. Ewan ko kung bakit. It's just this, sa akin lang yun. Observation ko lang. Kaya hindi ko na pinalitan.
Pero matagal na rin yung Edward. I think the first time na nakilala din kita, Edward Gualter na yung ano.
Kasi 2017 nung na-block yung personal profile ko eh. So nung siguro mga 1 year na ako sa e-com, na-block na yung profile ko. Doon, nagsimula ng Edward Gualter. Kaya parang ang nakakaalam lang nung old account ko is mga una ko nakasama sa e-com. Nyari sila Mongs. So,
Mm-mm.
ayan, yung mga founders ng e-com Pinoy. Ayan. Kaya ang tawag nila sa akin, Nikko, hindi Edward.
Oo. Kasi ako nung nakilala kita, Edward Gualter ka na. Though I know the
Edward
feeling
Gualter.
kasi ako, yung original na actually yung account ko ngayon is already my third account. Yung first
delete
account ko
din.
na-block ng 2018 at. Kung hindi 2017, 2018. Tapos sobrang depressed. Siguro it took me months bago makarecover. Kasi, syempre, kumbaga
Ang hirap.
parang from the very first time na, kailan ba si Facebook? 2008 ba? Parang
Oo.
parang mga 10 years, 'di ba? So imagine all the
Nabablock.
memories, the photos, the videos.
Nadidelete niya.
Tapos
Totoo.
last year, if not October, September, ganun din, na-disable din yung gamit ko na account. Tapos, pero parang hindi na ako ganun ka-affected. And at the same time, si Facebook ngayon,
Sanay na.
pag sinisipa na niya yung account mo, pinapadownload niya sa'yo
Iinit na.
lahat ng data mo.
Ganun.
Hindi
Hindi ko siya
ko
na-experience
kasalanan.
before eh.
Hindi ko kasalanan kung bakit na-disable yung account ko. Meron kasing gumagamit ng account ko dati na ginagamit pang ads yung account ko. So, it wasn't my fault. Pero, hindi ako ganun naapektuhan. Kasi nga, si Facebook, ganun parang medyo bago pa yung account ko. Pangalawa, ipapadownload niya sa'yo yung data mo. Videos, photos, even messages mo sa Messenger, madi-download mo sa lahat. So, kung ma-disable man yung mga account nyo ngayon, hindi na kasing sad or
Na-save.
kasing depressive.
Oo.
Oo.
Yung sa akin,
Pero ako,
dinelete eh.
ako din.
notice.
Ganun din ako nung before. Tapos kahit magpadala ka ng ID, ayaw. So, I know the feeling. So, can you describe your typical day?
Right now, siguro sa akin, since the advantage that I have right now is I have a complete team. So in terms of day-to-day work, I'm not that anymore. I'm not that sobrang hands-on when it comes to every departmental process or load, no. I'm more focused on like sa decision making or innovation when it comes sa process namin. So, no, parang I'm constantly doing research. So, that's why malaki yung naging effect niya sa day-to-day process ko kasi right now, parang I'm more focused on how can I help myself to be more free. Free in a sense na kasi that's where ano eh, I realize na when you're free, when you're always in a good mood, parang that's where great ideas come, that's where confidence comes in, that's where you can decide things with much more efficiency. So talagang I dedicated my time like kunyari every morning no like siguro 5 to 6 times a week. Parang I'll just do my morning workouts at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Morning workouts siguro hindi na siya yung katulad nung dati na the goal is to really build the body but instead to just tawag dito, to free up my mind. Kasi that's talagang iba yung feeling when I do morning workouts. Like, pagkatapos mong mag-workout, maligo ka, parang sobrang gaan ng isip mo. And parang naglalaro siya sa mga bagay na gusto mo nang gawin. So, that's what I do every morning. Then, yeah, cup of coffee, of course. Then, while I do my workout pala, that's the best thing that I always do. I usually listen to podcast or audible while working out. So sa one na yun, pinagsasabay ko na siya talaga. So minsan I just run for 2 to 3 rounds dito sa condo. Then yun, pinagsasabay ko siya. So parang umaga pa lang, I get to learn new things immediately. Then then breakfast, tapos pasok namin sa office at 9:30. So pagdating sa office, mag-check ako ng email. After nun, I'll assess my to-do list kung ano yung pinaka malaking impact na pwede kong gawin. Then siguro ang ginagawa ko lang would be 1 to 2 tasks every day. But I make sure that the tasks that I do would be really impactful sa either sa ibang department or ano. Pero hindi ko pinapakalaman yung operations nila. It would be yung mga tasks na yun would be like creating like process para mas mapadali yung nakikita kong fault on an existing day-to-day operations ng business or how can we improve our advertising or marketing, no? It's more of meeting people and talking to my people. That sums up my entire office work. Then after office, siguro mga 8 nasa bahay kami niyan. Pag ganung time, parang parang I give my time with kay Diana, parang we just watch movies, dinner, then siguro higa na kami ng 10, then makatulog na kami ng mga 10:30, 11 or 12. So yun lang. That's my typical day-to-day process. Wala na.
Actually, I think you're the third person who I talked or interviewed na merong routine pagkagising to parang to help them have positive vibes. To help them all
very
throughout.
important.
To help them all throughout the day. It's nice. So since you mentioned that, when you work out, it helps you have a positive aura and helps you, come up with ideas. So what other things actually help you generate more ideas then?
Actually, for me, ideas comes in when I'm inspired, when parang sobrang free ng isip ko. So, if you'll ask me with the activities, syempre number one would be working out. And number 2 talaga reading a book. Reading a book, siguro I would say mga 70 to 75% ng mga executions and strategies that we're doing inside our business came from the ideas that I was able to produce when I'm reading a book or when meron kasi akong meron talaga akong mga time na me time lang na I don't talk to anyone. It's just me. Kasi gusto ko yun I love the feeling of feeling na kunyari, uupo lang ako sa balcony, I'll just take a cup of coffee, I'll just think. Kaya madalas ako sa Taytay, I love that feeling. Kasi that's where parang I refresh my mind and wait for ideas to come in. Alam lang, parang gano'n, nakaupo lang ako just thinking about what can I do in the next 6 months. So yeah, the other thing would be to find a place that you feel would be your most comfortable place. For me, it's Tagaytay. Mag-rent na kami ng Airbnb that has a nice balcony. Then I'll stay there the entire day. Siguro 2 days, 3 days kami doon. We'll just stay there, just to relax. And for me, it's still working. I'm still working during those times. But yun nga, in a sense na for me to create ideas or inspire myself to do things na pwede ko pa magawa. So that's where ideas comes in for me.
That's nice. Kumbaga, you actually also mix travel with work. But at the same time, kumbaga, for you, it's not just work per se because that is actually what helps you refresh yourself, refresh your mind, and generate ideas through your me time, but through traveling. But technically, it's still work, but at the same time, it's
Yeah.
also nourishment
Yeah.
for yourself. That's nice. So since you mentioned Dayan, no? So anong role ni Dayan sa buhay mo as a
Sa buhay
business
ba? Hindi
owner? Ah,
sa buhay ko o
mag-ingat
sa
ka, baka
kumpanya?
ma-outside ko lang buka na naman. No, you as a business owner, not necessarily with the company, but you in general as a business owner.
Siguro, ang pinaka-role niya sa akin is giving me the fact that Dan is really a very trustworthy person na whatever we do, even hindi kami mag-usap 6 months, 1 year, we would still be the same people. And parang the trust that na ano ko sa kanya, na feel ko sa kanya, that for me is already security eh. And for me, as a business owner, you wouldn't want like your partner to constantly bring pressures to you, like on a
Right.
personal level, on a business level. Um, Dapat they're the ones hindi na sila yung dapat na nagbibigay ng pressure sa'yo just because they want to do things on their own. Just because they want to do things, no? Though sa akin, siyempre, I still give them my time. Kung ano yung deserve nila, I still give them whatever she needs. But at the end of the day, parang yung independence niya, that really helped me to really focus more on what matters for our relationship, for our business, and for our families, both of our families. So, yun, sobrang though we still have fights, of course, we still mga grabing pag-aaway, pero yung security and pagiging accountable namin on each other is the one that's really helping me, not just on the personal level but on the business level, because I know that I can just put you there and
Right.
you do your role, I'll do my role. That's it.
So, were you a couple prior to you becoming a business owner, or were you starting to do business already when you got to know her, or when you guys got together?
We are already a couple before, seaman pa lang ako. So nagkaroon lang ng some issues, so we broke up. But yeah, before pa si AtoZ, she's already there with me.
So matagal na pala. May comment siya sa typical day mo. Kulang daw yung kain.
Ano daw?
Kulang daw.
Parang-
Hindi mo daw binanggit yung pagkain mo sa typical day mo.
Umaga yan, oats, nagbe-blend ako. Tsaka minsan, si Dayan kasi mahilig order ng Grab eh. Kung ano kinakain niya. So nadamay ako.
Sabi ni Trixie, yes, to reading books and articles. Yes, I just don't remember I think it was actually yung last guest ko, which was a couple, si Eman and Tina. Actually, what led them to start eCom was a book that they read kay Robert Kiyosaki. Kay Robert Kiyosaki.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Tapos I think si Dave Acosta din, he also mentioned na he reads. O ayan, sabi na diyan, gumaganti lang. Gumaganti ka lang daw. Alam niyo, nakakatawa talaga kayong dalawa. Pwede kayong dalawa gawa ng mga meme eh. Pag yung mga post niyo. Mga meme niyo sa isa't isa.
Patawa, no?
Ayan. What motivates you, Edward? In life, in business?
Motivates me actually. I just came from a birthday of my friend. It's one of the closest friend, and parang he's like a brother to me. So he's been my friend ever since the days that I get to be that person na can spend the whole day partying, no? So he's been one of the closest friend talaga sa sa buhay ko. And so andun yung circle of friends namin. So the good thing about what happened to me is that I realized that I need to keep this set of friends because these are the types of friends that really brings me joy. So yesterday, parang syempre we're drinking, we're just hanging out and catching up with things. And most of them, I'm really thankful that they said that end up taking any credit, but they mentioned they were really inspired by the things that I'm doing currently sa Atos, sa community, as a person, as an individual. Kasi they saw the transformation. They know saan ako nanggaling. And they were really inspired. And actually, yesterday ko lang naramdaman na parang parang I became the catalyst for them to understand na there's more to life than just
Right.
doing the things that we love, that we want. Yung mga instant pleasures na yan, there's more to life than that. So actually, three of my friends, which is also in the same circle, are already um, doing their own thing. Like parang helping themselves para maging successful sa buhay. So they have their own definition of success, but that triggered when nung nakita nila yung transformation ko, and I was really happy, and I felt that uh, yun siguro yung pinaka-motivation ko sa buhay is when I get to really affect the the lives of my friends or people around me because of the excellence that I'm putting into my work. Kasi for me, I'm just really working. I just put out everything that I can para makapaggawa ng isang bagay that I really love to do. And the byproduct of it is I get to inspire people around me for them to live a better life for themselves. And that for me is a very rewarding thing.
That's good. I mean, it's really rewarding to know that you are actually inspiring the people around you without you even exerting an effort
Yeah.
to be an
Yeah.
inspiration, right? And to be honest with you, Edward, I think you're one of the most humble people in the
Mayabang ako.
e-commerce space. No, pero I mean lahat naman ng tao mayabang, 'di ba? I mean humble in a way na like you're always if someone needs your help, if someone needs your support, you're
Mhm.
always there as long as you have the time.
Mhm.
You would exert an effort to help. I mean, ako naniniwala naman ako lahat naman ng tao mayabang. We all have
Yeah, that's
egos,
true.
but
Yeah.
siguro for you think you're mayabang, but like ako, 'di ba? Like I see na you're very humble. And yun nga, as what you mentioned, a very close you actually were surprised that a very close friend of yours actually finds you inspirational. So that's really
Yeah.
really that's really good, and that says a lot about you.
Thank you
So
for
you've
that.
been in ecom since 2017 ba? Tama?
Early 2016. Yeah.
O
Late
2016 pa. So
2016 pala, sorry. Late 2016.
it's been a while. So how are you
Yeah.
dealing with the competition given that you've been doing this for a while already?
Kasi, to be honest, competition is inevitable eh. There will always be competition no matter where you go. For me, I acknowledge that there is a competition that is happening in the industry, pero I don't really put it as one of my primary uh, thing to consider whenever I'm doing something. Though I validate things. I tend to validate things if a certain idea or strategy that will push through is like contradicting them sa competition or affect us. Of course, we validate that, but we focus more on ourselves. Like kumbaga if I will if palagi kong iisipin na okay, ganito yung competition, baka it can beat, baka i-beat niya ako ng ganito pag ginawa ko to. So, parang ang nangyayari sa akin is I tend to overthink eh. So, what I always do is when I do something, I just make sure that I do it with everything that we've got. Parang we are kasi, I'm ano kasi ako eh, parang I always maximize things. Eh. That's my very siguro one of the best, di ko alam kung best yun sa mga tao sa paligid ko, no? Kasi I always tend to look for the best. Kasi I always want to maximize things eh. That for me, kasi for me kapag hindi maganda yung nire-release ko sa mundo, I feel na parang I'm doing parang a disservice sa sarili ko eh. So parang I focus on the things that I put out in the industry or in the world para at least whenever there's a competition. Kasi parang for me, doing business, dealing with competition, parang hindi mawawala eh. Pero you have to consistently put your efforts to do one thing uh, at your best. Or not really at your best, but siguro mas appropriate yung do the things na sobrang um, at the best of their parang potential ng mga bagay na gusto mong gawin. Like if you wanna do like kunyari if you wanna do kung mag-launch ka ng product or mag-launch ka ng advertising, it's okay na mag-launch ka ng mediocre products. But as you go along, you find out what are the things na pwede mong alisin doon sa mediocre for it to be the best possible product that you can ever have. So parang it's like always putting our best efforts to improve the things day by day. It's a constant iteration on things. So we don't have to always think of the competition, but always on improving our efforts para mas gumanda pa yung mga bagay na ginagawa namin.
Right. If you don't mind me asking, have you taken Gallup strengths training? Or have you
Yeah,
taken Gallup
meron.
strengths test?
Oo. Top
You
1
did
ko is
already.
input eh.
Top 1 mo is
Input.
input. Si Dayan, I think it's good if si Dayan nag-take na ng test.
Nag-take siya, pero hindi ko alam kung ano yung top 4 strengths niya eh.
No, I just mentioned it kasi ako, since I attended NBU, parang everything that happened to me since the start of the year was, for me, I felt was in preparation for me taking ownership of the business alone.
Yeah.
And during NBU was when I found Coach Val. And then there was a time that he posted about Gallup strengths, and I took it. At first, I didn't understand what it was. And then, when everything happened, all the problem happened na. So my biggest problem then, or my biggest dilemma then was, since I was not the face of ojMD, how can I take over what my
Yeah.
ex-partner was doing before? But
That's right.
I remembered my top 5, because my top 5, 4 out of 5 are all influence strengths. So parang there was one time I was just looking at my strengths and parang sabi ko, what are you trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, and then there's this other coach who does also Gallup strengths training. So parang he was the one who made me realize na parang because my strengths were actually my strengths actually made me know na I can actually do this on my own. Since majority
Mhm.
of parang out of my top 10, mga 8 nasa influence, ano siya eh, nasa influence, under siya ng influence bracket. So,
Mhm.
through Gallup, knowing what my strengths were gave me the confidence to take over everything on my own. And
Mhm.
that's why ever since, lagi kong pag may mga ganyan, natatanong ko palagi, nag-strengths training ka ba? And it's good, I
Mhm.
mean, since you and Dan are also working together, I think it's good na also try to see how your strengths individually can actually
Yeah,
help you both
compliment.
run the business, oo, so that it would complement. Kasi di ba parang sabi nga nila, like tayo nakagis na natin is we work on what our areas for opportunities are and we try to make it stronger. But what Gallup is telling us is that if you have any opportunities, find someone who's actually strong on that aspect and kumaga feed their strengths more so that
Mm.
you can continuously improve what your talents are.
That's right.
Ang dami ko na natanong sa'yo, nakalimutan ko itanong. How and why ka napuntang ecom?
How and why? So, I'm actually doing online selling year 2013. No? So, hindi talaga ako mag-online sell. So, yan, like I'm selling shoes, no,
Mm.
mga sneakers, no. So, I'm selling shoes, reselling it. So, hanggang sa I was able to really grow that Facebook page. So I already have Facebook page before. So I'm doing bazaars, no? Nagbabazar ako sa
Mm.
trendsetter. So ginagawa ko 'yun. Then I was able to really grow that page. That was year 2016. Doon ako nag-start mag-e-commerce. Early 2016 is where I stumbled upon this training kasi before I stumbled that training, parang naisip ko, how can I really maximize? Kasi parang we're already doing okay eh. Doon sa Facebook page eh.
Mm.
We're already doing okay. We're producing like 200 to 300 pairs per month, no? What's the next step for
Mm.
me? Then parang ano lang, I joined Startup PH. Then parang I asked someone just like ako kasi parang if I need to find an answer on something, parang wala akong pakialam kung sino yung kakausapin ko. I'll just shoot the question to you immediately.
Mm.
Kung di mo
Right.
sagutin, okay lang. I have no hard feelings
Mm.
with those people na hindi ako sagutin. But it's just that I want to put the questions immediately to the right person. So tinanong ko agad yung isang tao na yon, si Sir Francis Berzabal. We don't know each other. Wala lang, bigla ko natanong na, Sir, ganito kasi yung situation ko, yung bro, may business, online store, ito yung sapatos, ganyan. The first thing that he told me is that, kasi I'm just doing Facebook page. Your
Mm.
Facebook page is just traffic generator. So hindi talaga siya ang dapat mong pinofokusan. So sabi niya, dapat may website ka. So, yun, nung sinabi niya dapat may website ka, fast forward, early 2016, I-realize na, nag-ano ko nun siguro ang charge pa sa akin para magpagawa ng website is 25,000, 40,000,
Mahal
50,000. So,
pa.
namamahala na ako nun. Mahal na sa akin yun.
Mm.
Sabi ko, parang
Mm.
ayoko tong gawin, ah. So, ako kasi kapag parang, kasi ako, mahilig akong mag-research. So, mahilig akong mag-aral. So, nanood lang ako YouTube, paano ba mag-create ng website. Then,
Mm.
I stumbled upon this training na ads kasi siya eh. 90-day e-commerce challenge. Parang it's an affiliate of Shopify na just join the challenge. Dun derive yung 90-day yung 90-day challenge. So doon ako nag-start.
Ah.
So all the trainings are free.
Ah.
All the trainings are free. It's just an affiliate Shopify. Kailangan mo lang gamitin yung link nila para maka-join doon sa training. So for the past 3 months, I learned how to use Shopify, do advertising, no? Facebook advertising, no? Dropshipping talaga ako 2016 pa lang. Nag-dropship kami ni Dayan sa US. So, nagbenta kami
Mm.
lipstick and all. So, yun yung, doon ako natutong e-commerce, no? Dropshipping online sa US market namin. Then, nalugi kami. Then, binalik ko sa Philippines yung market. Kasi syempre, sanay ako mag-import, sanay ako maghanap ng product, sanay ako mag-research. So, tinry ko sa Philippines. Then, I tried using COD. Tapos, yun na. That's the start of AtoZ. That was
Nice. That's
2017.
nice.
So, parang isang taon kami nag-dropship.
That's a, did you? I'm not sure if you heard what I mentioned kanina. No, when I guested Chris and Reg,
Mhm.
talagang binabanggit ka nila palagi na dinadayo ka pa nila or yayayain ka nila ng inuman pero hindi sila umiinom. Tapos hindi sila umiinom pero parang gano'n papainumin ka para magtanong lang sila na magtanong ng about
Ikaw po.
ng about
Dati.
e-com sa'yo. So, kumbaga parang, ano lang siya, no? Parang technically it's the same thing. Parang sabi mo nga, parang you were a beginner as well. Parang you're the type of person who asks questions. And it was the same thing done to you nung time
Yeah.
na,
Can I
nung
appreciate
time na,
the people who are doing that. I really appreciate them kasi parang it's sorry for butting in. Parang it's a good parang I feel na I was once at that situation. So it's really good na parang I to see myself with them kapag when they're asking questions. And I love that.
right, that's nice. So, what would you consider is your greatest fear? And how do you manage fear?
Greatest fear ko siguro is not being able to do the things that I wanted to. Yun yung greatest fear ko. Like, maybe due to lack of resources or being, just lacking at something that will prevent you on doing things that you just eagerly wanted to do for your time. Parang yun yung siguro may greatest fear and I hope na hindi ako dumating sa ganung situation. How do I manage fear? So being a business person, no, you know that there are a lot of you'll experience a lot of depressions kasi there are tons of problems. The bigger your company, the bigger your problems. So parang it's just a way for me to prepare myself on how do I face these problems. So how do I manage that? I just let it flow. But of course, you have to manage problems. But first, you have to acknowledge that there is a problem. And
Correct.
after you acknowledge that, parang I will always, parang you have to embrace it. And at the same time, find a way. Parang iba kasi yung parang it's good na you will always think on a very positive way. Pero it would be much, much better if you would look at the very positive way. But at the end of the day, you will also accept like the facts in front of you na ito talaga yung mangyayari and accept that and do something about it for you to recover. So parang it's just preparing you on the worst possible way, but thinking that this needs to happen for you to be able to overcome the next challenges of your life. Just come with me, di ba?
Correct, correct. Kaya nga, that's one of the things, since I do, get to speak with a lot of either people who are new or people who would want to venture e-com pa lang, I always tell them that you should always expect losses on the onset. Because I think ang problem ng majority ng tao who would want to venture business is that nag-uumpisa pa lang sila or nagtitraining pa lang sila, nakatingin, kumbaga, they're already trying to find their ROI or parang nagko-compute na sila how much they would gain in a few months. And I always
Yeah.
keep telling them na don't look at, kumbaga parang huwag mo muna expect yung wins mo since you will definitely expect a lot of losses first. And kumbaga, doon matitest pa lang yung yung perseverance mo, kung talaga bang yung risk mo, yung pagiging risk appetite mo in spending, yung perseverance mo na talaga bang gusto mo to because you will experience a lot of challenges, especially losses. money, maraming pera na masusunog ka muna. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible for you to experience success on the onset, di ba? What if
Yeah.
sinuwerte naman talaga na tamang audience, tamang product, unang-unang attempt pa lang. Possible naman talaga.
Yeah.
But, kumbaga, it doesn't mean na if naging successful ka sa isang product with that audience that it would stay there forever, diba? There would always be
True.
downsides. And when it goes down, if you experience success on the onset, it would be more challenging for you to face the problem because you never faced the problem yet. Pero
Yeah.
na-experience mo na yung gains.
Success.
Compared to someone who really had to shed sweat, blood, and tears in the onset. Took them a while. Took a lot of testing. Took a lot of trials when it comes to products, when it comes to ad sets, when it comes to audiences. Say after a couple of months, biglang na finally naka-reach ng momentum. Bumagsak man, it wouldn't be as difficult because na-experience mo na yun before. So you know how you would be able to pick yourself up from that loss again. And for those who've been watching us since episode 1, I mean one of the things that these business or owners have mentioned and pare-pareho sila is that they have experienced a lot of challenges and failures.
That's
So how many can you still count, Edward, or can you still recall how many times you have failed from 2016, from the time na gusto mo pa na nagsa-start ka pala mag-e-com?
Siguro countless of times eh. Kasi I'm very, very aggressive person eh. I'm very aggressive. Parang I quickly jump onto things na alam kong there's a like 50-50 chance for me to succeed. Talagang, yun yung siguro yung, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. I'm very decisive person. So, kung failures na ang usapan, parang I had a fair share of like really tons of failures in my life in business side na mga maling decisions, no. Pero that's where learning comes in, experience eh. So, hindi ko sure to be honest. Pero hindi na mabibilang ng kamay at ako yung failures that I've had in the business.
Right. And our failures is actually what makes us stronger
Yes,
and
right.
what makes us who we are now. Because without these
Yeah.
failures, I don't think na mas mahuhone niya din yung pagiging business owner natin.
That's right.
Mention ko lang itong mga comment natin. Sabi nila, hindi ba si Dayan ang greatest fear?
Kasama yun. Sa number 1.
Kakasama. Ay, ikaw daw ang number 1, madam. Tapos sabi ni Zach, very
Uy,
proud
si
of
Zach.
your success, brother. Tapos
Salamat,
sabi
bro.
din nila, idol. Tapos sabi ni Chopilo, ganda. Yes, the bigger the company, the bigger the problem. So, di dapat mag-dwell sa depression. Otherwise, di ka magle-level up. Yes,
That's
correct. And then sabi rin ni Zach, it's better to fail rather than to not fail at all. It makes us the person who we are today. Correct.
That's true.
That
Yes,
is
Zach.
so true.
That's
So
a
given
very
that
good
you've
friend.
had a lot of failures, what would you say, or is it okay for you to share what your biggest failure in business had been so far?
Siguro mismanagement of finances. Syempre, e-commerce, parang we're dealt with sobrang fast transaction kasi parang siguro that's one thing na na-experience ko before when I was starting e-com, no? Sobrang, syempre nung mga panahon 2017 kasi when you started doing COD dito sa Philippines, sobrang mura ng advertising and you can produce a sale na kahit mag-isa ka lang, kaya mo kamitan ng 5 million in revenue per month or 8 million or 10 million during those years and still take home just around 1 to 2 million pesos. So, syempre, I'm still a beginner in terms of business. So, the biggest failure is yon. I tend to not to monitor the finances, not to track it. Kasi, ano ba malay ko dyan, as long as I I get to do the things that I want in the business. I'm happy, I'm satisfied as long as it's running. So, yun yung naging biggest failure namin, and it's one of things na naging threat sa Atos before na we're close to bankruptcy, but yeah, we were able to
Mm,
pivot it because we admit there's a problem and we have to do something about it. But yeah,
right.
it's mismanagement of finances that everyone should be really, I'd say, consider in terms when they're running a business. They need to be very familiar with their expenses on the very granular
Right.
level.
Right. Correct. What is your favorite aspect of being a business owner?
Siguro, being able to do everything at my own pace. Like I still work, no? Pero kumbaga sa akin, I'm not rushing anything right now. It's just that I go with the flow, but I make decisions. If there's one thing that I want to go to, pupuntahan ko siya, pero hindi ko siya mamadali. So that for me is satisfying. Na no one's rushing you. You take your own pace. You whenever you commit mistakes, no, you just stand up and no one's judging you. No, kasi parang syempre, marami magja-judge sa'yo pag malaki yung impact ng failure. Pero kung ikaw lang, parang because you're just taking your pace, parang I'm more comfortable to it. So for me, that is very rewarding as an entrepreneur. Once you become an entrepreneur, you can never go back eh. There's no turning back eh. For me, that's very addictive eh. Pero the problem is pag sobrang aggressive mo, parang hirap, sobrang daming problem. So, yeah, being able to take my own pace whenever I want to do something is one of the favorite aspect for me in doing entrepreneurship.
What is the best advice that you can offer someone who is currently struggling in e-commerce?
Medyo contradicting to sa sinabi ko na manage your finances. Pero I'd say look for long-term, invest in your business. Kasi pag sinabi manage your finances, what I mean is monitor, no? But syempre, kailangan nyo rin mag-invest sa business. There are investments na you have to consider para at least mas maging long-term yung business nyo. Invest on structures, products, no? Tsaka, always think na, syempre, doing e-com, still a business, and there is no way na hindi ka experience na struggle. So, just face the struggles, learn from it, and once you've learned from it, try to build like a defense feature or something that would avoid you from having that kind of issue again or struggle. Kasi kapag yun yung problem, no, Mary, kapag whenever you're struggling at something, maybe because of it, business failure or lack of something about inside your company, kapag hindi mo siya pinansin, it will always come back to you. It will always bite your ass
Right.
until such time na mapansin mo na siya at ayusin mo na siya. So
Right.
always acknowledge the problem and fix it as, uh, as fast as you can if I.
That's nice. Is there any do you have is there any part of your life experience that you would want to alter if you had a chance?
To be honest, wala. No? Kasi I'm what I am because of my experiences and
Right.
I really wouldn't have it any other way because I realized that problems or yung mga wrong decisions ko before na ginawa natin, no, are just signals. Yung mga na-experience natin dati, yung mga pagkakamali, yung mga kalungkutan, those are just signals for me that there is something that this world is trying to teach me that I need to understand. And once I fully understand it, that's where I realize things. Okay, I need to do things differently because of the signals that I've learned. No, so for me, I won't change anything because for me that's what life is.
That's nice.
That's how the
Of course,
world
and
will teach us.
as what we both mentioned earlier, no, and also one of our si Zach also mentioned is that we are who we are because of what we experienced in the past. He also mentioned being an entrepreneur is a gift that is not for everyone, but is available to anyone. That is
That's
so
true.
correct. Also, fail fast and succeed faster. Right.
Wow,
So my last
that's a good
question for
quote.
you for tonight, Edward, is if you were to write a book about yourself, how would you name it?
Siguro accept life as it is. Parang kasi like for me, I've had a lot of experiences and realizations in myself. Parang before I wanted to be something. We always wanted to be something or someone.
Right.
Always wanted to achieve things. No, there's no harm about on it. Pero it's just that yun nga, I'm a fan of taking your own pace. Just let it flow. Kasi if it's for you, if it's meant for you, it will, ano eh, whatever it is. Kumbaga sa akin, na-feel ko yan sa business ko eh, no matter how much I push, like, meron akong gusto ma-achieve, like, i-unlock na target sa business namin. And whenever I push it, like, kung hindi talaga kaya, pag pinupush ko siya, mas nagkakaroon ng sobrang daming problema. But when I realized that, okay, I just have to let it go and wait for it, siguro mga after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, wala na lang. Kusa na lang siyang darating sa amin without us doing any effort on it. So parang sa
Mm-hmm.
akin, if you want to be someone, aspire to be someone, but you have to put in the effort on a daily basis. But kumbaga, huwag mo madaliin. You just accept life, whatever is trying to teach you, whatever you have right now, just deal with what you have, and yeah, wait for your time will come, diba?
Right. And if it's meant to happen, it
It will
will
happen.
happen.
That's right.
Ang suggestion ni Zach, my journey to success from A to Z.
Oh, that's nice, pwede yan,
Tama,
pag
tama. Yes.
nagsulat akong libro, bro, consider ko yan.
Correct. Guys, Atos, ang ibig sabihin ni Atos is A to Z. Parang pinagdikit lang siya. So, just before I bid you good night and thank you, I have a surprise for you.
Wow, ano ba yan, maganda ba yan?
So, yeah, I'm lucky to have found a business partner like you, and you're innovative idea. You're always innovative with your ideas, and I really appreciate your hard work. Your persistence has really made our business successful, and I know it is not easy to build a new business because you will need a lot of hard work, patience. Ayun, so thank you for being patient with me, and I hope we can continue working like this with dedication and commitment, so the success will definitely follow. And thank you for always having my back, for always being there. I love you, and you know that we are always in this together.
Ayan! Ang
Ganda ng
tamis!
girlfriend ko,
Sabi ni Dayan, nahiya daw siya bigla. O, sabi ni
Wow,
Eman, pwede ka na daw umuwi, bro.
ganda naman.
Oo. Narinig mo yun, Dayan. Ang ganda daw ng girlfriend niya. O, pwede, wag na daw siyang outside Colombo. Ayan. So, Edward, thank you so
Thank you
much
for that.
for your time tonight. And also,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your personal journey in business with us. And I do hope that, you guys learn something and is inspired by the story of Edward / Nikko. So, ayun. So, anyways, guys, we still have our second session tonight. So, I'll see you guys again by 8. And we have Valerie Binluan. She's the owner of Sabel Intimates PH. So I'll see you guys later. Again, Edward, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Diane, thank you also for your time. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Edward.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.